What life is like in Dahiya amid a Hezbollah-Israel truce in Lebanon, that's the headline from the New York Times, and it tells the story of a neighborhood trying to find its footing between wars. Dahiya is a sprawling collection of neighborhoods just south of Beirut, the Lebanese capital. It's a place where Hezbollah holds significant sway. You'll see the group's yellow flags, murals of its leaders, and banners honoring fallen fighters woven right into the streetscape. And for months, it was a place people ran from. Now, they're running back. Traffic jams have returned to Dahiya's main streets. Bakeries are pulling trays of Lebanese flatbread from their ovens again. Cafes draped in World Cup flags are packed with people watching matches late into the night. On the surface, it looks like normal city life. But just between the buildings, mounds of rubble tell a different story. Here's how this got to where it is. When the United States and Israel attacked Iran in early March, Hezbollah fired at Israel in response, and Israel retaliated with strikes on Dahiya. The first strikes hit in the middle of the night, during Ramadan, while families were preparing the pre-dawn meal before the fast. Instead of eating, they packed and fled to beaches, to other neighborhoods, to relatives, some even sleeping in their cars just blocks from homes they could see but couldn't safely enter. It brought back memories of 2024, when they had to do the same thing during the earlier Israel-Hezbollah war. A ceasefire came in mid-April. People rushed back. Then Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered a fresh wave of strikes on Dahiya, and people fled again. After the United States and Iran announced another ceasefire in mid-June, residents began trickling back once more. And yet, Israeli strikes have hit the area again since then, a pattern that even angered President Trump. Israel says it's targeting Hezbollah infrastructure and members, and retaliating for Hezbollah drone and rocket fire toward northern Israel. Amnesty International says Israel issued 27 mass evacuation warnings for Dahiya between March and May, and called the military's expanded use of those warnings a violation of international humanitarian law. For the people who have returned, the losses are concrete and personal. Mohammed Trad manages a coffee and hookah shop. He says he lost up to $27,000 after a strike on a nearby building destroyed his store. He's rebuilt and reopened. There is no place like Dahiya, he said recently, sitting with friends over shisha and cheesecake. Dahiya is the foundation of Beirut. Issa Fass runs a cosmetics shop. The war blew out his glass storefront, displaced his workers, and disrupted imports he relies on from China and Turkey. He estimates he was losing as much as $4,000 a day in perfume and makeup sales before he could reopen. This war has brought so much loss, he said. But we always want to be positive. Part of that optimism, for many residents, comes from something deeply meaningful. They were able to return in time for Ashura, the holiest commemoration in Shiite Islam, marking the killing of Imam Hussein, and 680 AD. Volunteers in black hand out cold water and coffee along the roadside. Giant cauldrons of harissa, a slow-cooked porridge of wheat and shredded meat, are prepared and distributed to neighbors and the poor. For 10 nights, residents gather in neighborhood squares to pray, chant, and listen to speeches. Ali Alawiya, 39, who returned with his wife and 2 children, said he couldn't have imagined being away during Ashura. The commemorations have carried grief too, he said, coming after years of war and the loss of major figures including Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ashura teaches us not to be afraid and to stand up for what's right, he said. We have to keep going. Not everyone has come back. Some residents remain displaced because their homes were damaged. Elderly residents have chosen to stay away, unwilling to risk another cycle of packing and fleeing before a more durable agreement is reached. And then there are Dahiya's migrant workers, people from Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Sudan, Syria, and elsewhere who were drawn there by cheaper rents. When the strikes came, many were stranded without work or income. Many are still sleeping in overcrowded apartments or shelters. Some are being told by landlords they must pay rent before they can even retrieve the belongings they left behind. Banshi Yimmer, an Ethiopian woman who founded an organization supporting migrant workers in the area, put it simply, it's been hell for them. For now, life keeps pressing forward in Dahiya. Excavators claw through rubble, fruit vendors stack peaches and watermelons at roadside stalls, and motorbikes squeeze through traffic. An Israeli drone has returned too, its buzz hanging over the neighborhood, a reminder that the truce is tense and the next chapter is unwritten. This is a story about resilience, loss, and the complicated calculus of returning to a place you love when you don't know how long you'll be allowed to stay.